Imagine starting your day knowing that your inbox is being monitored, routine questions are being handled, urgent issues are being flagged, and only the emails that truly need your judgment make it to you. For a solo or small firm lawyer, that may sound unrealistic right now. You may feel like every email has to go through you first. Client questions, scheduling issues, document requests, billing questions, court notices, random administrative issues. And because any one of those emails could be important, you keep checking. You check between calls, you check before drafting, you check during lunch, you check at night. And even when you're not checking, part of your brain is still wondering what might be sitting in that inbox. But the goal here isn't to ignore email, it's to build a system where email no longer runs your practice. Because email overload in a law firm usually isn't just an email problem, it's a law firm workflow problem. So in this video, we're going to cover three things. First, how to stop being the first person who sees every email. Second, how to train your staff to know what they can handle and what needs to be elevated to you. And third, how to train your clients to communicate through your staff first. The main issue is this: you should not be the first stop for every email. You should be the escalation point for emails that truly require your judgment. That's how email stops being a constant interruption and becomes a managed workflow. A lot of lawyers think the solution is personal productivity. They think, I need to check my email less. I need more folders. I need to get to inbox zero. I need to respond faster. I need a better app. But in many solo and small firm practices, the real problem isn't that the lawyer is bad at email. It's that the firm has trained its staff that every message must come through the lawyer first. To look at it another way, imagine if every person who walked into your law office skipped the receptionist, skipped the paralegal, skipped the assistant, opened your office door, and dropped their question directly on your desk. That would be ridiculous. You'd never get anything meaningful done. But that's exactly what your inbox becomes when every email comes to you first. Every client, every staff member, every scheduling question, every billing issue, every document request. Every quick question bypasses the front line and lands directly in your attention. And once that happens, you're not just a lawyer anymore. You're the receptionist, the paralegal, the scheduling coordinator, the billing department, the client service person, and the attorney all at the same time. That's why the solution isn't just to process email faster, it's to stop making yourself the first point of contact for everything. If every email comes to you first, then you've made yourself the gatekeeper for every communication in the firm. That may feel responsible. It may even feel like good client service. But everything is waiting for you to read it, think about it, decide what to do about it, and either respond or delegate it. That's not an efficient communication system. That's a lawyer-centered bottleneck. In a well-run firm, the lawyer shouldn't be the first person to see every message. He or she should be the person who handles the messages that truly require legal judgment, strategy, advice, authority, or professional responsibility. That doesn't mean you're unavailable, it means the firm has the front line. That front line may be a paralegal, legal assistant, receptionist, client service coordinator, intake coordinator, or virtual assistant, depending upon the size and structure of your firm and the nature of the email communication. The goal is to move from everything comes to me first to everything gets reviewed, routed, handled, or elevated according to a system, which could ultimately mean you ending up responding. Once you stop being the front line, the next question is, what can my staff actually handle? This is where a lot of lawyers make a mistake. They tell staff to help with email, but they don't clearly define what help means. So the staff member reviews the email and forwards it to the lawyer with, please advise. Now the lawyer still has to read it, analyze it, make the decision, write the answer, and often tell the staff member exactly what to do. That's not real delegation. That's just adding a middleman. Staff needs authority to handle certain categories of email without waiting for you every time. For example, staff may be able to handle scheduling questions, requests for documents, confirming receipt of information, routine status updates based on the file, billing or payment questions, intake follow-up, collecting missing information, appointment reminders, and procedural updates that don't involve legal advice. They can also confirm that a message has been received and will be reviewed. The point isn't to have the staff guess. The point is to give them clear categories of things they're allowed to handle, because delegation doesn't work unless your staff knows what they're allowed to decide. Now, this is where lawyers naturally get nervous, and they should, because you don't want staff giving legal advice, making strategy decisions, or handling something that really requires the lawyer's judgment. So the answer isn't reckless delegation. It's controlled delegation with clear escalation rules. Your staff needs to know what must come to you. That usually includes things like requests for legal advice, questions about strategy, settlement decisions, client complaints, threats or accusations, ethical concerns, court orders, anything involving legal judgment, and anything the staff member is unsure about. That last one matters. Your staff should always know that if they're unsure, they should elevate the issue. But over time, as you train them, they'll get better at recognizing what's routine, what's important, and what's urgent, and what truly requires you. The point isn't to have staff practice law, it's to have staff protect your time by identifying what actually requires you to practice law. Your staff should not replace your judgment. They should protect your judgment for the things that actually require it. Once you have staff as the front line and clear escalation rules, you need a simple framework. Every email should have a destination. It shouldn't just sit in the inbox waiting to bother someone again later. A simple framework is this: handle, route, prepare, elevate, and archive. When staff review an email, they should ask these questions. Can I handle this myself? Should this go to someone else? Can I gather information or draft a response before the lawyer reviews it? Does this need to be elevated to a lawyer? And can this be saved, documented, and archived? Then if an email represents work, move it out of the inbox and into a system where work belongs. That might mean creating a task, adding a calendar item, delegating an assignment, saving a document to the client matter, adding a note to the file, scheduling a follow-up, or preparing a draft response for attorney review. The inbox should be a place where messages live. It shouldn't be the place where all unfinished work lives forever. Then, once your internal workflow is clear, you need to train clients to use it. Many lawyers unintentionally train clients to email them directly for everything. Then they wonder why clients keep bypassing staff. But clients do what they're trained to do. If you personally respond to every routine email, you're teaching the client that the fastest path is always directly through you. That may feel like good advice in the moment, but eventually it creates unrealistic expectations. The client starts to believe every question should go directly to the lawyer. The staff becomes less useful. The lawyer becomes more overloaded, and routine communication starts competing with the legal work that only you can do. Client training should start at onboarding. Tell clients who their primary point of contact is, what that person can help with, when to contact that person, how quickly they can expect a response, what types of issues will be elevated to the attorney, and when they'll hear directly from the attorney. You might say to the client, your paralegal is going to be your first point of contact. That allows us to respond faster and make sure nothing falls through the cracks. If something requires my attention or legal judgment, it'll be brought to me and I will respond. For hourly matters, there's another benefit. The client may save money by having a team member respond to routine questions because that team member may bill at a much lower rate than the attorney, or the response may not be billed at all, depending upon the firm's billing policy. You could explain it this way. For routine questions that don't require my legal judgment, this may also save you money because a team member can often respond at a lower billing rate than I would, or depending upon the situation, without billing you at all. That helps the client understand that this system isn't and designed to keep them away from the lawyer. It's designed to get them faster, better routed communication for less money. The client should feel supported by the front line, not blocked by it. Now, some lawyers will resist the idea because they think, my clients expect to hear from me. Sometimes they do, but not every message requires a lawyer response. And hearing from you can mean hearing from the firm. Often what clients really want is a timely response, confirmation that their message was received, a clear next step, an answer to a routine question, and confidence that the lawyer will be involved when needed. That doesn't always require the lawyer to answer every email personally. In fact, when the lawyer tries to do that, communication often gets slower. The lawyer's in court, in meetings, on calls, dealing with emergencies, or just trying to run the firm. A trained staff member may be able to respond to a routine issue much faster than the lawyer can. That improves the client experience. The key is that clients must know the system. They need to know that staff can help them with routine questions, and they need to trust anything requiring the lawyer will be elevated. Every time you stop legal work to answer a routine email, you're not just losing the 2 or 3 minutes it takes to answer. You're breaking your focus. You're shifting your attention. You're training your day to be reactive. And for lawyers, that matters. High quality legal work often requires concentration. Drafting, legal analysis, court preparation, negotiation strategy, client meetings, business development, firm leadership, staff training, and system improvement. Those things required focused time. The purpose of this system isn't to make you unreachable, it's to make you available for the right things. You don't have to fix every email problem in your firm this week. Start with one category of message that should not be coming to you first. Maybe it's scheduling emails, maybe it's document requests, maybe it's billing questions. Pick one recurring type of email. Then decide who should handle it, what can they say, what can they do, where should they document it, where should it become a task, when should it be elevated to you, and what should the client be told. Start there. Create one rule. Train your staff on that rule. Tell clients how that communication should work going forward. Then review it after a week or two and improve it. You don't need a perfect system before you start. You need a first system that you can improve. So start small. Pick one category of emails that should not come to you first. But remember, email overload usually isn't on an email problem. It's a boundary problem and a focus problem. If every message, every client question, every staff interruption ends up in your email inbox, then your inbox is only one part of a much bigger issue. Your day doesn't have enough protection around it. So if you need help setting better boundaries around your time so your day stops getting hijacked, watch my video, 4 Simple Boundaries to Take Control of Your Schedule. And if you want to see how much more meaningful work you can get done when you're not constantly interrupted, watch 4-Hour Deep Dive Work Week. Focus better, get more done. Both videos will help you take the next step from managing your inbox to taking back control of your workday.